Beyond the Headline with Aldrin Sampear on SAFM. Weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m.
Oh, this is our moment now. This is our moment now. This is our moment now. Have been looking forward to this. Our co-host for the bonding session is in studio, Auntie Kuts. KhutsoTheledi is joining us in studio. Award-winning now.
Yes.
Award-winning radio personality is joining us in studio. And she's a colleague from Metro FM.
Indeed.
Right here within.
Yes.
See, we've got talent here.
Come on.
We've
Who's
got talent.
SAFM. Hey.
Kutso, how are you?
I am good. I'm nervous. I don't know why.
Nervous?
I
But
really,
this voice
really am.
now,
Yeah.
Got that thing.
Sure, it reverberates.
Hey.
Like, I wonder, like, people who are driving and like hearing your voice, like, what happens in their cars?
You see why I'm nervous now. You see why I'm nervous. But we did this wrong as well. I was meant to do my intro.
Yeah.
Can I do it?
Oh, you're supposed
I've
to
got
do-
one.
Okay.
Yeah, I've got one.
All right.
Dumi knows it because I
Yeah.
used to work with her, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
We're-
Okay.
Like we all used to.
We all used to work together.
Yay.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna do it in 3, 2, 1. If you know me, you're gonna say this with me. Loko ba butisa korofama na mano ba jwele korofama na KhutsoTheledi, Aldrin and Dumi on SAFMB.
I found
Right?
BTS.
Yes.
BTS.
I found Benny.
Ifambeni.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have that here. Love it. And love it that you love Chizonga as well. You know that
Absolutely.
when we start off the show, we have our praise singer there, and she does it in Chizonga, which
That's
I
amazing.
totally love.
Thank you for that.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for the beautiful invite. Wasn't ready, but we're ready now. We're here now.
Can
We
I
have to
just
go.
quickly say,
Yeah.
so when we came up with this idea for the show and how to elevate the bonding session,
Sure.
Your name came to mind.
Wow.
I was like, I want KhutsoTheledi to come and co-host. Yeah.
Wow.
And then Kanya joined because Kanya had to come and stand in since Andisa left.
Sure.
And when Kanya found out about the new idea that we have for the program, like I told you yesterday, Kanya said, let's get KhutsoTheledi.
Why is that? Like, just
I
out
don't
of
know.
curiosity, why?
I think that you have a brilliant mind,
Sure.
number one. Outside of the beautiful voice, I think you have a brilliant mind. You're also a good listener, very empathetic, which is something that I really, really love about human beings. I feel like every single person should be empathetic.
Sure.
But also, how do we also shone the spotlight on compassion and why it is important to be compassionate? And I hear you do that every day on your show.
Yep.
Wow. Bless you.
Bless you.
And I'll ask the reason why, because sometimes we never get to hear these moments from people. Life is so short that you'll end up regretting what I could. So I should have told Kutso
Yeah.
that. I should have
should.
said it.
You
so
see?
thank you.
You
Thank
see?
you.
You see the wisdom. You see, that's what I love about her.
It's Italy. Italy
you know,
did this to me.
Oh, just by the way, when she's saying Italy,
Yes.
it's because she went to go see her in-laws.
Oh yeah, beautiful pictures. Beautiful pictures there by the gram as well. But the point that you raised now, before we're
Yeah.
going to go into the topic, I actually told my friend I went to go meet her TD, my dear. I think on Tuesday or Monday, and I said to her, what I have decided to do this year is, as part of my resolutions, I don't know why it had to be there, it seems so obvious, but clearly it wasn't, is that when you see somebody do well, tell them that they're doing well. Just say to them, like, hey, listen, I love what you're doing there. That's some great work. The affirmation that we give people also says to them that, listen, you are on the right track, and there are people who are seeing you, because sometimes you don't get seen. A colleague to me said this morning, oh, you look beautiful, you dressed really well.
Yeah.
And I said, thank you. And she said, sometimes we think that people know these things and we don't
Exactly.
think of like really communicating to
Yeah.
them, but it's really important to do that. So thank you so much for that reminder, Kutso.
And thank you to you for being the first person who took an image of me receiving my first award in my 11 years in my career. You took that picture and it trended because of you. So thank you. Thank you.
It was such a
Thank you.
beautiful moment.
I love you.
It was a beautiful
It
moment.
really was. Thank you.
Okay, let's get into the topic.
Yes.
Into the topic.
Tissues.
Okay, done. So do you want me to
Yeah,
introduce the
you
topic?
go.
This one is an easy one, might be an easy one. It's a Friday. Maybe this is what you're planning to do with your family this weekend, is having a birthday party for your kids. But the big question here is it okay for some of us, or all of us as adults, to be drinking at a kid's birthday party? I've been seeing this a lot, and I don't know if it's just me. Maybe I'm also placed in an awkward position because, hey, I just have to have one yana, but now the kids are watching. Auntie Kuts, can I also have a sip of what you're drinking? So in general, maybe we just go past this. We are oblivious to the fact that they see what we're doing. But is it okay to drink at a kid's birthday party? I don't have kids.
Yeah.
Got nieces and nephews.
Yeah.
But I think about these things.
How does it make you feel?
Feels me very irresponsible. Very. Correct me if I'm wrong. But if you're one person that says, me, I drink
Yeah.
with kids around, explain to me how that makes sense to you. Please.
Okay, because the other thing is that you get invited to a child's birthday party. It's a children's birthday party, but then at the end of the evening, it ends up being it's an adult's thing.
Fair
actually.
enough.
Dumi, your take on it?
I actually hear what Khutso is saying, because most of the time when you get invited to anything that has kids, or they say it's family friendly, they don't sell alcohol there.
True.
They don't sell alcohol
True.
there. But you know what? I was actually talking with my friends who were like, if your child is 2, 3, or 1, should you have that big party? Because is it really for them,
Or is
or is
it
it for the elders?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah.
Yes, no drinking in front of children?
I think
No.
Wait.
perhaps it's drinking in front of children.
Period. Okay.
Yeah. I actually wanted
Okay.
to ask that. Is
Okay.
it a case of you don't want to be drinking in front of children, period, or drinking in front of children at a children's birthday party? Because here's the other thing, though. We are adults. We
Yes.
are parents.
Yes.
And I have my own house. In my own house, I have my own rules as well. And what if I want to have a drink? And if the party is taking place at my house, where I've invited my friends, what's wrong with me sharing a drink with my friends in my house when they come
I just
over
feel
to
like
visit?
it's awkward, especially as Khutso says, when a child comes to you and says, Auntie Dumi, what are you drinking? Please, can I drink?
No, but you're the adult in the room.
No. So is this what you're trying to teach your kids? And again, this is up for conversation. I'm not
Yeah.
fighting anyone. Is this what you're trying to teach your kids? Oh, okay, so this is what they do at parties. They drink. It's not
Yeah,
about
it's
juice and
adults.
water. No, man.
It's adults.
No,
It's
we've got our
adults
own
that
time
come.
for that.
I have to say though, I feel weird about it. I feel awkward about the invitation to a child's birthday party and then drinking there. That's the part, right?
Okay.
However, though, the drinking element for me is that I'm the adult, and my fear can't necessarily be the child coming up to me saying that, "Hey, Uncle Eldrin, I see that you're drinking. I'd love to have a sip." Hey, we happy. And where do you get the balls from to come and ask me that?
No, but sometimes they're innocent. A
Innocent.
kid will come to you and be like,
But you say
what are you
no.
drinking? Please, can I drink?
Yes,
No,
can
you're
I
the
taste?
adult. But you're the adult.
Okay, so your response is no.
Yes, my response is no. There is an age restriction. Are you 18 years yet?
So you're teaching them at 5 years old about alcohol, right? And I appreciate that,
Yeah.
because now they understand the responsibilities of drinking, the age, etc. But not in front of them. Don't you feel like you're disrespecting the child? Because it's their birthday party. Now it's about you, Kula Box. Okay,
Yeah.
it's a party now. We're meant to be singing Shak Tu Tu Ah.
This
Oh
is-
my God.
my-
jumping cousins.
my man.
Okay, so what's your take on it? Drinking in front of children at a child's birthday party. Is it a yes or no from you? And do you have any restrictions that you place on the invitation? So Khutso, one day when you have a child and you invite your friends,
Yes.
or you invite your children's friends to come over, you invite your friends' children to come
Correct.
over to the party, yeah? But of course, they're going to be escorted by an adult, which is right on the invitation.
Number one, at the top, no alcohol, please. Don't ask for anything, no shampoo, nothing. Juice,
Just oros.
Ross, water.
Okay, we'd love to hear from you. That's our bonding session conversation just after 5 o'clock. We're taking your calls on 086 000 2032, your voice notes on 0614 104 107. You can also drop me an X at Eldrin Simpier.
Here, there, and everywhere. SAFM 105 FM in Polokwane. Beyond the Headline on SAFM, weekdays 3 to 6 p.m.
It is 9 minutes after 5 o'clock, and it is time for the bonding session. Our co-host this afternoon is KhutsoTheledi. Breakaway with KhutsoTheledi host on Metro FM's mid-morning show between 9 to 12, award-winning, as I said earlier on. We love the awards. We love the accolades you must receive.
And I appreciate that. You know how much I appreciate that. But also to you for your nominee at the SA Radio Awards.
Oh,
congratulations!
Oh, thank you.
Congratulations!
Actually,
have you even mentioned this?
No, I didn't. I'm such a bad.
That's why I'm your
presenter.
co-host today. I got you.
Thank you.
I'm such
a. So, by the way, guys, we've been nominated for the best drive time show. And you know the interesting thing about it is that we're the only talk radio drive time show to be nominated in that.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes.
Take it over.
All right. So with regards to our hour, this moment that we're about to have, right? We're talking about, is it okay for adults to drink at kids' birthday parties? This might be something that's, for you, it is what it is. Maybe it's a debate. Maybe we can have that. Actually, I want to have that conversation. I want you to give us a call right now. The number's 086,000 2032, or else you can send us a WhatsApp voice note on 061 4104 107. I hope that I got that correct. And I didn't give you my other station number.
No,
Let's have that conversation.
You did well. Just to remind again where you sit on that.
So for me, I am absolutely in disagreement, and I'm not trying to make this heavy. It's a chilled conversation. I am not with it. Yes, considering the type of celebration that we're having, the kind of event, whether it's formal, but we never have a formal kid's birthday party. Again, it's a birthday party. It doesn't make sense, right? So I'm against it. I have no kids of my own. I've got my nieces and nephews, and I always question myself, should I take out my drink? No, it's not right. I get that Auntie Kuts can have a taste of what you drink. So I don't want that. I want to respect the kids. I don't want them to feel like we are now taking over as adults and it's our party. We'll have that afterwards, you know. So give us a call where you stand. Maybe you are a parent, an adult who has this casually on a daily basis. You drink around the kids' birthday party, even perhaps maybe at home. It's a thing. But I want to hear the reasoning of how that is fair onto kids to show them that it's okay to consume alcohol at a young age.
Okay, so let's get those voice notes on 0614 104 107. You can also drop us an X at Aldrin Simpier, and our studio line is 086 000 2032.
Good afternoon, Adrian. Loko va ku vutisa u ri u famba na mani?
Yes.
KhutsoTheledi.
Ai fambeni.
Adrian Simpier.
Yes.
Run by Protea Glen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Aldrin. Nice topic about the drinking in front of children. I feel that maybe kids shouldn't drink. Sorry. Adults can't handle their liquor. If your behavior is going to change because of the alcohol you drink, you're perpetuating a behavior that it's okay to not be yourself after consuming alcohol. And it leads to lots of other issues further down the line. Anyway, just my opinion. It's Lunga, Western Cape. Great show. Cheers.
But Lunga speaks more about the abuse.
Correct, which is also a fair conversation to have.
For me, which is different to having a bit.
Look, it is to your own assumption of how things will turn out. You can't predict somebody's consumption of alcohol on a night. Might have had a great day, I'm in a good mood, or a bad one, and I consume more than I usually do on a daily basis. So he's fair to bring in that conversation.
But you're reading the room, right? You're saying that you've been invited to a child's birthday party.
Hey, Aldrin, people can say that and then bring a cooler box with alcohol. Someone will say a glass of wine. glass of wine.
Yeah, I don't think there's
course.
anything wrong with that.
No,
I don't
not
think there's
amongst the
anything wrong with
kids.
it. I don't think that's wrong. Anything wrong with that.
No.
Okay, let's take some few voice notes and then we're going to go
Sure.
to the lines on 086 0002032.
Oh, Aldrin, this is making me just giggle because it takes me back to a party that I was invited to years ago for a child who was turning 1. And I was going to kind of be like the makulu there,
Yeah.
you know? So I thought, oh, I'm going to this party. It's for a child. I bought a present. You know, I'm going to be sitting with the other mothers or grannies or whatever while the kids play and whatever. To my dismay, when I got there, there were about 4 or 5 mothers, about 12 men, each one carrying and drinking a bottle of Hennessy.
Here we go.
Aye, that was too much for me.
And it's a 1-year-old's birthday.
Okay, can we go to the phone calls, if anything, or continue with the voice notes? You'll let me know, but I think it's good for us to go to the callers. Pardon out in Durban. Good afternoon, how are you?
Afternoon, how are you, Khutso, and congratulations on the award.
Bless you, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. What's your take on our conversation this morning? You see, I
Yes,
did it.
it's this afternoon.
Yeah, this afternoon. Apologies.
Okay, I'll approach it double-pronged. The first thing that you guys are discussing is, will it be okay for adults to consume alcohol at a child's party? Which I also feel is unfair because you end up not paying attention to what is happening and making the party worth for the kids. You will end up getting, into your own world, your adult world. You start dancing and the kids now just sit and watch you. So it's no longer their event. You've taken over.
And you're absolutely right. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think adults should understand that on that day, they must sacrifice their happiness for the kids. Come there, sit around and watch the kids, select the music that they like. Encourage them to get onto the dance floor. All those things, make them feel that it's their day. Let them be in charge. Even have a small kid to be the master of ceremony there, so that at least they can mimic what we as adults do at our own events. And that's the only way we can train them to actually, at those parties, you can actually discover certain talents amongst the kids. And it also helps them to interact because we don't just do, those parties are not just meant to, to play loud music. They're actually supposed to build them into a community, a future community. And the more they interact under your supervision, is the better they'll become when they become adults.
Okay, pardon, thank you so much. Unfortunately, we've got so many calls that we need to get through. So if you can be as brief as possible with your contribution to a very, very heated conversation.
Indeed.
Evidently so.
Indeed. Thank you for that. Let's head on over to Mthatha Velisani. Good afternoon.
Hi, Khutso.
Fantastic. How are you doing this afternoon?
I'm good. Aldrin, you good?
I'm well, Velisani.
Yeah, you're pulling the big ones for the
Yes. Look at us.
That's funny.
Well, my take, Aldrin, is this, kids, I've got 2 kids. And one thing I've noticed is that kids observe what you do. They don't listen to what you're telling them. So if you drink in front of kids, as much as you can say to them, don't drink alcohol, underage and all of this, they're not going to listen to that. They see you having fun and you enjoying this, and this is something they're going to do. And you must remember, kids think that the coolest thing to do is what their parents are doing.
Sure.
So that's exactly what happens. You're basically encouraging your kids at an earlier age to drink. I think the caller that just came off, he hit it on the nail to say, the party is about kids. Let them have their fun, sacrifice your fun. You can go out any other day when you want and drink. And the idea of drinking and partying in front of kids is something that I am totally against.
Okay, Felisan.
Appreciate that. Thank you very much. Let's head on over to Pretoria. Malusi, good afternoon.
Afternoon. First time online. Thank you.
Oh, welcome. Khutso, you must come back. We got new callers.
Appreciate it. I appreciate it. Talk to us. What's your take on this conversation that we're having?
You know what? talking from an experience, I've got, just like good enough, I have full kids. So I believe I do drink in front of them. I don't see any problem with that. And I don't, but it depends on the amount of alcohol you take. So if you take like 1 or 2 glasses in front of the kids, I don't see any problem. But once you start finishing the whole bottle or getting drunk, and then it doesn't matter if it's in front of the kids or somewhere not in front of the kids, it's wrong. So, that's my take.
You rest your case. I love it. Thank you very much for the call. Appreciate it. I think let's go to Pretoria. Stay in Pretoria. Robert.
No. I'm seeing today we've got 2 giants in the room.
You're my heart.
Quite grateful.
No, we're the grateful ones.
I'm just blushing over here.
So what I do now, Monday to Friday, it's SAFM. Saturday and Sunday, it's Metro FM.
Thank you very much.
I've balanced everything.
That is a fair balance.
Thank
you.
Personally, I feel birthday party for kids, it's not for adults. I don't attend. If I am to drop kids, I drop them. If I am to pick them, I pick them. But I've got a question now. What if it's my birthday party as an adult and there are kids around? Is it okay to drink?
Oh, well.
You flipped it around and I didn't want this, but I love it. I didn't want this.
I think it's...
I'll listen on the radio.
Yeah, you listen on the radio. Great one, Robert.
Sure.
And it goes back to the point that I was raising a bit earlier on about when you are having a drink at your house in front of your children. Is that okay? So whose birthday party is it? It is my birthday party.
Correct.
Personally, I don't have a problem with drinking at a child's birthday party, as I said a bit earlier on.
Okay.
My issue is the amount that is being consumed. That is a major one. So if it is your birthday party, sure, consume. But if there's children again around you, the issue then becomes again the amount that you consume, because we can't take for granted what was pointed out by Velisani about earlier on, how children pick up the behavior of their parents, and it's a cool thing to do.
And you're 100% correct in saying that, but also don't forget, when it is your birthday party, as a caller, Robert, it is yours. You make a plan for the kids. They'll get their own room. Maybe they'll be,
but the children are still there.
There's a jumper castle. I hear you, but there's a restriction. You know as adults that this is the point that we're having to celebrate me. Therefore, let me make plans for the kids elsewhere so they don't see too much. Is this too much of are we asking for too much?
I don't know. I don't know, because both are parties. It's an adult's party. The other one is a child's party. If both ages or age groups are in the same space, then what happens?
No drinking.
0614104107. You can also drop me an X at Aldrin St-Pierre. Our studio line is 086 0002032. It is the bonding session, and our co-host this afternoon is KhutsoTheledi.
Across South Africa, online and on radio. SAFM, let's talk.
Indeed, it is about that. You and everyone listening, ourselves in studio, talking about something that we have brought to you this afternoon. Of course, it's just gone 22 minutes after 5 o'clock. Your calls are coming through on 086,000. 2032, and of course you can find us or me on X at KhutsoTheledi. Let's see what you have to say with our conversation this afternoon. Is it okay for adults to drink at a kid's birthday party? Send through your WhatsApp voice notes right now as well. I think let's go to the calls. I want to go through to Kavega. Olivia, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, guys. My take is monkey see, monkey do.
Correct.
Yeah.
I listened to Monda in Ndlovu this morning, the son of Lot Ndlovu, how he said that he attended meetings with his dad overseas, watched his dad in the boardrooms, and that is why he became a chartered accountant and where he is the way he is today, because he followed what his dad did. So, teach them how we want them to behave and how we want them to be. Have your drink, but at least be discreet.
100%.
Like we did when we were at varsity. Put it in the Coke bottle. Put it in the Coke bottle.
I was waiting for someone to say this. Thank you.
I hear the discreet part, Olivia.
That is a brilliant
You're
point.
winning me over.
Yes.
You're winning me over.
Yes.
I hear that point,
Yes.
Olivia. I hear that point.
Thank you very much, Olivia. I appreciate you bringing up that conversation, being discreet, yes. And again, yes, setting that positive example from yourself to your kids and other kids. Let's take a listen to the WhatsApp voice notes.
Hi guys, it's Jen here from Durban.
Hi.
Come on guys, let's not be stick in the muds here. It is a birthday celebration. Now, most of the time we have a time where the kids come to the party and then it's time for the adults. The adults made that child, by the way. They're excited that the baby has reached a year old or whatever age.
So we're
So they
celebrating
did
the
to
adults,
celebrate the birth of the baby.
Celebrating your
That this
1
baby
year of
has
being a
turned
parent.
a year or 2 or 3. The kids have their time and then the adults have their time. Come on, celebration. Hello.
Hi, Aldrin and Tito. Very, very interesting topic that you guys are handling today. This is my Connors from Johannesburg. Just want to say, I agree with Pardon, who just called a bit earlier, that children's party should actually be around children and must actually concern them, not adults. It's actually surprising how people that are drinking always find the reason to drink. And I think, in a party of a child, rather let nobody drink so that we give attention to the kids. Thank you. And have a nice show.
Much love.
So I actually don't drink, but I tend to consume like 0 alcohol beers.
Nice.
Around my daughter. And I'm actually wondering now, she's still just like 2 months old, but actually your conversation is actually opening up my mind to what effects, that could have. Although it is 0 alcohol, I don't want to have some sort of influence on her, to start drinking or something like that. But thanks for the great topic. A lot for me to think about.
Yeah.
Khutso, Aldrin and fellow SFM listeners, good evening. My name is Tulani Nzima in Credon. This is where it becomes a problem for me. You will have a child's birthday. Guess what must be bought? It must be alcohol for the adults. And the very same adults says it's boring if there's no alcohol. And guess what do? They don't even bring anything. They only bring themselves, and they want to be entertained with alcohol. Not even a small
Famous
Lico
10 bag.
present for whoever child or whatever child is birthdaying. For me, just out of it. And there's absolutely no way, because these children, when they grow, they will think that there's no party without alcohol, regardless of whose party it is. Thank you.
It's a celebration.
Sorry.
Nobuntu on Twitter on X says, teaching moments here need to be observed here. If the child is asking if they can have what you have, that teaching moment is provided. Utilize it. Some families have a very good and respectful relationship with alcohol, and it is learned and observed by children. Aiko saying that the issue of alcohol at kids' parties depends on one's beliefs, which you allow someone to smoke at a kid's party. By the way, I don't think a kid could ask to drink what one is drinking if you specify that some drinks are for adults. Would a kid ask for a sip of my Coke?
You know what? At the end of the day, it's fair. And of course, the conversation still continues. Common sense, I guess, comes in. And like you mentioned, the moderation, right? So if anything, common sense. Environment, if you want to party, let's party. But if you have kids around, again, I have no kids of my own. I just see it with my nieces and nephews, and I'll ask myself this question.
Yeah.
Maybe we can take a few more callers, and then we will take it to the news headlines if there is on SAFM.
There are headlines at 5:30.
All right. I don't know if this is Za or Za. East London. Good afternoon. How are you?
Yes.
How are you doing?
I'm good, thanks.
Please pronounce your name for me.
It's Za.
Awesome.
It's Z-A-R, meaning for money.
For money.
Oh,
Chankura.
Za.
Love it.
Zaga.
Are you spending your money on alcohol for a kid's birthday party?
I don't even drink Khutso, and that's my issue. Yes. So, but it's awesome show, guys. So literally greatness versus greatness today on the show. absolutely amazing. Love you both, guys.
Thank
Well,
you.
for me, I think I concur with a couple of callers because kids mimic, what we do. And I think there should be a strict, line, whether you're doing a party for yourself or for the kids. Because at the end of the day, kids become what they see more than what they are told.
Sure.
So I felt if it's a party for kids, have it for kids. And the funny thing for me when I rushed to call is that my daughter turned one. And for the very same reason, I had to sort of like cancel a party because I then had a grocery list for alcohol. I personally don't consume myself. Don't have any issue with other people consuming it. But when you do it, it's going to be in front of kids. And that's not what I want to teach my kids. So for me, it's a no. No, thank you.
It's a no. Zan, just a quick one. Do you take your children to a party where there are drinks, where there are adults who are drinking?
I have a very a very limited group of friends.
Okay.
So my friends don't necessarily I have a control group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
So I wouldn't necessarily take them where I know there's people like my friends drink, but I will not necessarily take them to a place where people are gonna get heavily drunk or in a way. So there's a certain way I have chosen to raise my kids. And there's certain things up until a certain age where they're at a point that they can understand certain things. I don't want to expose them to.
Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. That is Zah in East London. We'll take your calls after the Money Web Market Update on 0614-104-107. That's your voice notes. And our studio line is 086 000 2032. It's 5:05.
Beyond the Headline with Aldrin Sampear on SAFM. Weekdays, 3 to 6 p.m.
And we continue our conversation on the bonding session. Is it okay to drink at a kid's birthday party? We're taking your calls on 086 000 2032, your voice notes on 0614-104-107, and an X at Aldrin Sampear. My co-host is KhutsoTheledi, who's no stranger, by the way, to a drive time show. How does it feel being back here?
Listen, I listened to the voice note that came through before I came onto the show.
Yes,
and how he was saying he was competing between listening to you and me on drive time. It feels like home. In all honesty, it feels like home, most especially being here with you.
Yeah.
It's always nice because I'm always doing shows on my own, and I love it, don't get me wrong. But when you have somebody right by your side and when it's you, it's even better. I'm just afraid of the traffic, but it's fine. It's okay.
But the traffic is great for us because it means that our listeners are stuck in their cars in traffic. And they have to listen and process all of these contributions and diverse views that we are getting.
And that's why we're having the conversation. And this is a conversation we had this morning on my show, 9 to 12. And I really appreciate the producer that I also have who made me think about this. Yes, I have no kids. I dream to one day. So if you are...
By the way, somebody said that, sure, you don't have any children, but you'd make a great mom.
I love that. Who was that?
Somebody sent through a text. Yeah.
That is amazing. Thank you. I receive to my future kids. Baby, I hope you're listening.
No drinking at your party.
He knows, standard. And he's such a wine guy. Again, I'm not a person who's against drinking. I drink myself. And when we have this conversation, it's from a perspective for me to understand parents, to understand adults. I am one, but your perspective. But is it okay for adults to drink at a kid's birthday party? Your views, your points, let's go. Fambeni. So taking your calls right now, like Aldrin did say, 086 2032. Let's go to Bloom. Sam, do I say good evening?
Yes, it's good evening now.
How are you, Sam?
Good evening, and thank you for taking my call indeed.
Thanks, Sam.
I think this is quite something that can be a serious challenge and that can bring about a dilemma to society. It's a very topical issue. My view is I am actually both ways. I'm opposed, but at the same time, I am tolerant to a certain extent. I'm tolerant when it comes to where the use does not necessarily, result in adults displaying a behavior that is out of the norm. Because kids indeed do copy behaviors that are displayed by parents or adults for that matter. But also, I think even if it's being used in moderation, the fact that a substance is being used somehow communicates to kids that substances are acceptable, substances can be used, and so on and so forth. So I think we are really caught in a sort of a dilemma because there is this cultural norm where a party cannot be a party without alcohol.
Sure.
Yeah. Yeah, and you know, it's really a battle that needs a balance that can be moderated by adults who would have to lead as examples when it comes to that particular issue indeed.
100%. Sam, we're going to leave it there. Truly appreciate it. I see that you want to add something, or should we go to the voice notes?
Yeah.
Let's go to
the guys, by the way, this is live radio, so a lot is
100%.
moving. Lots of moving parts.
This is very different.
Let's take your voice notes on
Yeah.
0614-104-107.
Good day, Aldrin, and your beautiful guest and the listeners. You see, as kids, we do mimic. This is where we are at today because we saw things a long time ago at parties and so on. Throw away the bottles. They will go down the corner and have a sip. Let's break this generational curses and basically quit alcohol. You can have fun without alcohol. I'm marking 100 days not drinking, so I think, and it's not a boring lifestyle. Ariera reloads a positive in front of our kids. Mark from Pretoria. Awa.
Love it, Mark. Thank you so much. I think we can take a caller now. I love just talking and hearing people's voices. Let's go to Pimville. Chili beef. What a name. Chili beef. What are we eating?
Yes.
Chili beef.
Love it.
You know, Kwena Marvelo gave me that name, Chili Beef, because he thought I was hot.
Who gave you the name?
So I'll remain hot for the rest of my life.
Wait, who gave you the name?
Kwena Marvelo and Kevin Curry.
Oh, Kwena Marvelo. Okay.
I'd love to meet you face to face.
Okay,
too.
the hot chili beef.
Yeah, but we need to meet him face to face. Okay, talk to us. Your point of view.
My point of view is that the point of departure is that we are assuming that alcohol is good even for adults. I think alcohol is even bad for adults. So what more for kids? If you drink in front of kids, you are saying basically alcohol is good and they can emulate what you're doing. And kids always work on copies. The reason why I like tea today is because I used to see my mother drink tea every day.
Sure.
And this is why I copied her. She didn't have to tell me to drink tea. I did it because I saw she's doing it, so it must be good for her. So kids will always copy what adults are doing, even if you can put alcohol on the table and not drink it. But the mere fact that it's there at a party, the kids will copy and say, it means to have a party, you must have alcohol.
Chili beef.
Kids will always copy.
Chili beef, do you mind me coming in? Okay, so we get your perspective, but now how do we then strive to strike a balance between adults enjoying themselves and also being able to focus on the kids who are there? Because it's a kids' party.
No. If adults want to enjoy themselves, they must have their own party separately and they can do whatever they want. But in front of kids, we must be careful because we must be exemplary. Kids do as you do. They don't do as you say. They do as you do. They'll always copy what you're doing.
Thank you there, Chili Beef in Pimville. Actually, as you were speaking now about his mother, yesterday when you told me about the conversation, I thought about it as well. And I was reminded that I remember as a kid, still living in an informal settlement in Katlong, and my mother used to drink a lot. Like a lot. And there's a day that I actually got her to get me to taste the beer. And I remember saying to her, Guti, but it tastes so bitter. Why do you guys even drink this? You know, I will never drink in my life. What. And she said to me, let's speak in a couple of years' time and then let's have this conversation again. Unfortunately, she's passed on. But she was correct. now I do drink. Perhaps not as much as she did, but I do drink. And I don't know if I would say that she's the one who introduced the drinking to me, but I remember watching my mom drink.
And it's that. The fact that you're bringing this on air now, I appreciate you sharing that. You didn't even need to share that with us, but you did. And for the mere fact, a particular smile, maybe your parents were smokers. You remember the smile, it stays with you.
Yeah.
The drinking, it stayed with you. And again, it's all about choice, right? Mom made her choice then. You are the impeccable human being that you are today, even if you drink wine. You're not a bad person, but it's the choices that you make. Without making this too deep, it's the choices that you make, right?
Let's take a break.
Call us on 086 000 2032.
And we are back on SAFM. My name is KhutsoTheledi. Not really, used to the space. There's a lot happening here. It is something that I look at Aldrin with awe for what he does, and I don't take this opportunity for granted. You'll catch me on Metro FM 9 to 12, but this time around, I came in at 5 and I said, can I join you? Can I be your co-host? And they said yes. So we're here now having a conversation. Our bonding session is what we call it, right?
Do you feel it?
I really do. Our off-air moments are like 30 seconds, but I really do. Spiritually, when you mentioned your mom, I felt your mom's presence in studio. Lipapoaka with my dad as well. And I can feel them watching us both doing what we love and them with so much joy. Anyways, I'm a big softie. I love
me.
emotions.
We're the same.
Yeah, we're the same. And for us to have this conversation is actually great because I know that my sisters are listening, my mother's listening, but I really just want to find out. Again, we're wrapping this up, and thank you to my producer as well. And the conversation we had on our show this morning of this particular chat, is it okay for adults to drink at a kid's birthday party? I'm still waiting for one person to convince me otherwise that it is okay. No one has moved me today.
Yeah.
And I'm waiting for somebody for me to say, once I say I from Benny to your comment, then we go home. So let's go to the calls. And I guess you're in Joburg. Tabang, how are you doing?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
Tabang, I need to get that Ifambini out of you. Come on.
Man, please.
Let's try.
Okay.
I'm a fast, and I also drink, and so we do have alcohol at our kids' parties. But some of the conversations I've had with my wife is around how do we associate alcohol with responsibility, number one, because you've definitely got to be able to do it responsibly, and particularly if you are a role model to your kids or you want to be that position to be a role model. This is a challenge that we face in this country, is around drinking responsibly. So not overindulging in alcohol, show your kids that it is okay to drink, but to have one or two is okay. And then it's then about the association that alcohol doesn't need to be associated with fun. So you can have alcohol, but you can also choose not to. So if it's there and you're not drinking it, then they can also associate that with discipline. And they can associate that with the choice that you can make. And I think it's really around those two factors. It's the responsibility. It is then also around the choice and being able to not associate it with having fun or with being depressed or with a mood state. So if you're celebrating and every time it's alcohol and celebrate, then if you want to do that, that's it. And then the last aspect to it is really around communication.
Yeah.
So communicating to children and saying to them, listen, it's okay to have a drink here and there, but you must be responsible. One of the things that I notice about older generations, our parents and our grandparents, is the lack of communication around these aspects. Communication around sex, communication around alcohol or drug abuse, communication around certain behaviors. You're expected to do something, but there's no communication around how to do it the right way. And so I think those are elements where you can show them that there is a right way and there is a wrong way. And that's, I think, is it's okay. And that's the key.
You know what?
Mainly.
Tabang, I'm going to give you that iFambeni.
Okay, well done, Tabang. Thank you so much.
iFambeni. All right, so is this a moment where we say goodbye?
Yeah, this is our goodbye moment, unfortunately.
What an honor, what a pleasure. And the parting shot this evening. Today we leave you with the words of Gary Allen, who once said, life ain't always beautiful, but it's a beautiful ride. I love this. iFambeni. Of course, Liquid Deep coming through with Still. Finally, I get to back and answer song. Credits by Nandi, and to you, the BTH family. Thank you so much, SAFM. I'll catch you on Monday, 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on the Mighty Metro FM Breakaway with KhutsoTheledi.
Good afternoon to all the listeners. Once again, we have come to the end of our show. My name is Nandi, and thank you very much for spending this afternoon with us. And all credits go to Aldrin St. Pierre, to me, Kapele on the sports desk and the production team, Temba, Kanya, Vusani, KG, and Lundi. I hope to see you guys same time, same place on Monday. Cheers, have a good weekend.
Aldrin St. Pierre on Beyond the Headline.